Torquemada Hastings. Come on, don't
Sure,
be
why
silly. Or maybe a cat.
Speaking of wine, later on in this hour, do you know what we're going to do? We're going to set up shop and we're going to have a full wine tasting from the Finger Lakes.
Oh, I've done that trip.
I cannot wait.
No, they're
Morgan
very
is
drinkable.
here. I love the Finger Lakes wines, so we're going to learn how to drink wine and how to taste wine. We're going to do that on this hour of the program.
I did a trip around Lake Cayuga.
Yeah. Yes.
Ithaca.
Yeah, right. We were just there earlier this week.
Very nice.
All right. So what's next on the what's on the agenda?
For all things Veneto.
Yes.
When you go to Venice, go to veneto.to. Veneto .to, and that will get you into the region. There's some bargains up there.
Cool. Next on the world, according to Clinty,
we go back to New York.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on the press list for the Metropolitan Museum. When they have an exhibit, they have us in. And I don't know, a couple of months ago it was for Afghanistan. I thought, nah. And I thought, well, it's the Metropolitan Museum. So I went up there. I had tears in my eyes. It's one of the top 5 exhibits I've seen in my life.
Wow.
It's called Afghanistan, Hidden Treasures from the National Museum in Kabul.
Okay.
It was the center of, among other things, the Silk Road. From 300 BC to 200 BC. They were trading in artifacts from then. Or artifacts that may be 2,000 or 3,000 years old at that point.
Heavens.
This is a picture of one of the things that's on exhibit.
Okay.
It was something from 300 BC that a woman or a man would wear. There's another one of a folding crown. Please go to the Metropolitan Museum and see it between now and September 20.
I was going to say September 20 is that's good.
And here's another tip. It's a suggestion admission to the museum. I think it's like $20.
Yeah.
You can pay what you want to. So if you've got a big family, and you can just pay what you want to, and then the special exhibit doesn't cost any more money than your admission charge.
That's one of those things that I always say. Be sure to, the museum may say it's free. Not the case here, but the museum may say, oh, it's free to come in. But then if you want to see the special exhibits, it's $50 or $70.
This is worth $20.
You know what I mean? But even still, I'm happy you mentioned that, because you can pay $5 if that's all you can afford, or you could pay $20, or heaven forbid, pay $30 and support the arts. Support the upkeep of the building.
Yeah. It's metmuseum.org, and that'll take you into all the exhibits that are coming for fall, winter.
Okay. Good.
Everything.
I like that tip. All right, good. We got like 3 minutes. What do you got next?
I went to the new Yankee Stadium to a baseball game.
You actually went to the game?
I'd never.
Good for you.
I hadn't been to the new stadium. I don't know whether our viewers know that. I'm sure they do, that there's a new Yankee Stadium.
Brand new Yankee Stadium?
Once in a while, New York does something really well. This is one of them.
They did it well?
I was invited by Italian Tourism. They had a box one night, and it's just glorious. It's very New Yorky.
Yeah.
At the end, there were trains. In 10 minutes, I was back at 68th and Lexington. Now I have a small rant.
Oh, you have a rant. We have a Clint rant. I'm looking forward to this.
You traveled last year to Austria and Dubai.
That's correct.
You had a laptop with you.
I did, yes.
I had one. My battery is starting to get low, so I went into a certain computer store. I won't name the name. Okay, it has a logo with a fruit on it.
Yeah, okay, fine.
So they said, your battery has a charge of about 2 hours. You probably need a new one before too long.
Yeah.
$125 for a battery.
Yes.
So I looked when I came back from the comedy festival in Montreal a couple of weeks ago. Air Canada has power outlets on the back of the seats.
They do.
Because you don't use your battery that way.
That's right.
I'm going to Copenhagen next, and I'm flying SAS, what they call Economy Extra.
Oh, nice.
And we'll have power outlets on the back of our seats for 7 hours.
For 7
and you
hours.
don't have to use your battery.
This is one of the reasons I say, if you can, take Amtrak on a trip that's close by, especially in the Northeast Corridor, because you have power at your seat. You could sit there, or you work on your laptop. You could watch a movie on your laptop. Now, I will give you a little tip, though, Clint. You ready for this? Now, this may not be the case with your laptop.
I need it.
But here's the thing with those technical deals. Even as of, 7 years ago, when we got our first cell phones, or it was more like 15, I guess now. But whatever, we got our first cell phones. Remember you had to charge it all night?
Yeah.
Remember you plugged it in at night, you had to charge it all night. You have people in there. Now you don't have to do that. You charge it for a couple of hours or whatever. You charge it maybe for an hour until you've got to use all the cells in your battery.
Okay,
so
bars.
You got to use them all the way down. If you don't use the bars down there, eventually, over time, they won't be functional anymore. So you actually shorten the life of your own battery by not using it, even though you would think, but like say, well, I will keep it plugged in. You just run the No, you actually have to use the cells in those batteries in order to have them continue to function and get optimal usage out of them. I'll bet you didn't know that.
This technology
Isn't that something?
It's
kind of cool.
It's galloping along.
And it's the same thing with your cell phone, same thing with your laptop. So if you're one of those people that brings your laptop on the road with you, make sure you plug it in, but make sure you unplug it. Let it go all the way down to when it's almost used, and then plug it back in so you're using those cells closer to the time that it dies.
I'm noticing more power strips at airports too.
Yes,
you can
plug in the
Montreal
Samsung
airport had them. Used to, you'd have to find an outlet, sap their electricity.
Right.
So it's small tips like that that keep us traveling.
Thank you, Clint, very
well,
much
I'll
for
see
this.
you when I come back from Copenhagen.
I would love that. Have a fabulous trip.
I'll bring
all
you
right?
some recipes. It's a food festival.
Oh, well, even better. We'll bring samples.
You can make your own Danish.
Thank you, sir.
Okay,
we will continue here on Travel Show Live. Stay right where you are. Watch yourself. You all right? What happened? Don't bring the table. Come on now, Clint. Stop that.